I look up. Lynn, who I first met when she stomped on my toes in a Hancock Building elevator, stands over me with raised eyebrows. Her hair is growing out. It's still short, but I can't see her skull anymore. I'm sitting, I say. Why? You're ridiculous is what you are, she sighs. Get your stuff together. You're dauntless, and it's time you acted like it. You're giving us a bad reputation among the candor. How exactly am I doing that? By acting like you don't know us. Come on. I don't see a reason to refuse. I get up and follow her down a series of hallways. She moves at a brisk pace, and it's difficult to keep up with her. Where's your scary boyfriend? She says. My lips pucker like I just tasted something sour. He's not scary. Sure he's not. She smirks. I don't know where he is. She shrugs. Well, you can grab him a bunk too. We're trying to pull together again. I laugh. She pushes a door. Sorry, I skipped a few things in there, so that didn't make sense. That's why. She pushes a door open, and we stand in a large open room that reminds me of the building's lobby. Unsurprisingly, the floors are black with a huge white symbol in the center of the room, but most of it has been covered up with bunk beds. Dauntless men, women, and children are everywhere, and there isn't a single candor in sight. Lynn leads me to the left side of the room and between the rows of bunks. She looks at the boy sitting on one of the bottom bunks. He's a few years younger than we are, and he's trying to undo a knot in his shoelaces. Hector, she says, you're going to have to find another bunk. He asks, when I'm naming my characters, how do I know when they're right? The answer is that I don't always. I change names a lot because it's one of the easiest edits to make because there's that handy find replace tool. I usually try to name characters one of the most innocuous but not similar to other names that I can find. So, Christina and Max and Eric and Peter, they're not really strange names. But then, obviously, Triss and Thor have are an exception, maybe, to that rule. I named Tobias what I named him because I really liked the Animorphs books as a kid. That's right. He's the best character. And that's why he has his name. And then Triss is named because I wanted a name that sounded really stuffy because of the faction she comes from that shortened to something really kind of tough. So sometimes they're right because they just have to be a very specific thing, and sometimes I just pick them at random, like Tobias. It's like, I remember that name when I was a kid. Hey, orange right there? Yeah. She asked if I have advice for anyone who wants to go into publishing. You mean like as an author? An editor? Well, major in English, probably. Yeah, good. Good job. I advise anyone looking for career advice to get an internship. Usually that helps you figure out if it's really what you want to do, and even if it's unpaid, at least gives you an idea, and then it also kind of gets you into the world, especially in publishing. So I had a publishing internship at a very small publisher because I also wanted to be an editor, but the copy editor kind, because I like grammar. But yeah. Grammar is awesome. Don't let anyone fool you. So that's my advice, I guess. Internships are good. Back there, women, like this. She asked what my favorite faction is. I think that my favorite faction, which is not necessarily the one I would pick, but I like Abnegation a lot. And I think it might be because nobody likes them, and I'm just like, underdog, yes! So I also think they're really interesting, and of all the factions, they're the ones where their virtue just pervades their entire lives. Everything that they think and everything that they do, the way they walk, the way they talk, the way they look at people, the way they greet people, it's just everywhere. So that was really interesting for me to see, because some of them are a little looser, but they are very strict, which I guess makes a lot of sense. But yeah, they're my favorites. Oh, right there. You mean period? Well, she asked how many books I'm going to write. There are 3 books in the Divergent series, so there will be a 3rd one. Other than that, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, right there. She asked if I had a name for the 3rd one. No. we have a lot of ideas, but I can't share them because, people might get attached to one and then, but it's not detergent, which I still, notice the title of it on my desktop, like on my computer, is detergent because we don't have a title, so I was just like, all right, here it is. Yeah. Right there in the pink. Justified a favorite character. Well, my favorite character is Tris, actually, because she's very complicated, and I think she feels most real to me. Tobias is another favorite for the same reason, actually, because I kind of know what he's doing, even when he's not there. But my favorite new character in Insurgent is Evelyn, so keep that in mind as you read, I guess. Right there. He asked what I'm reading right now. Wow. Well, I just finished The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. Yeah. I'm going to tell him you guys applauded. And he's not going to pay attention because he's going to be like, who are you? But, yeah, I just finished that. And I read a lot of books before they come out, which is really annoying to people who ask this question because it's like, well, what's that? But there's a book coming out called Shadow and Bone. It's a Russian fantasy. Yeah, it's so good. And it comes out in June.
Hi, it's Gina on guest starring on Chapter Chicks. And because we're nerds, we're going to try the Dauntless drink. Cheers. Oh, cheers. Cheers. I feel like I'm trying it for maybe the second time. It's orange.
Yeah, it tastes very citrusy.
I think it tastes yummy. Isn't it pretty?
What does Emma think?
Emma loves it. Emma does not like it. She said, this is so good, give me more.
This chapter's for you.